What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're going to be taking a look at this deck right here, a Mortar log bait cycle deck. We got a whole bunch of cheap cards with a whole bunch of log bait in this. Of course, we got the Mortar. That is very, very important to this deck. As a bit of a tank, we also have the Miner. And then as our log bait cards, we have the Goblin Gang, Spear Goblins, and Rascals. Rascals will be a bit tankier instead of the Goblin Gang here. We also have Bats for a bit of zap bait and double spells here. Arrows so that we can make sure to take out minions. And the Fireball as a bit of a more big damage spell. So that's the deck overview right there. Let's go ahead and jump into some replays and see how exactly we're playing this deck. So with our first battle here, we're going to be going up against kind of a strange deck. It's 3 Musketeer with Splash. We're going to start it off right off the bat with the Mortar. It's going to lock on immediately. My opponent really just had no answer there. Going to Fireball down that Wizard. And with the Mortar locked in, we're in a really good spot. Don't have an answer for the Skeleton Barrel, but I don't need one because my towers are going to be able to clean that up pretty easily. Never counter anything your towers could do for you. So now I'm at a bit of a disadvantage elixir-wise, but I do have the advantage on tower damage so far. He's going to play that Musketeer in the back, so we're going to go ahead and mirror him, play a pack of Rascals there on the side. Now we got to go in hard here on defense, countering that giant skeleton. We're going to go double in with the Bats and Goblin Gang. Bats I was trying to drop on the Musketeer. Goblin Gang straight on that giant skeleton. We're actually able to counter very well. He's got Valk and Mini P.E.K.K.A. though that we've really got to try to counter here. Playing a Miner there is not going to be enough, and we're going to take a ton of damage here from that Mini P.E.K.K.A. I think it got 2 or 3 hits there. Rascals are finally able to clean it up. He's got to counter our Rascals though, which is going to be a bit of a trouble for him. He has to play the Skeleton Barrel and a Tesla there, and we're still able to get quite a bit of damage. This is going to leave us with a huge elixir lead, guys, and I know I have the lead. And with that Tesla, it's not really going to do anything against the Mortar. I was waiting for it to slow down a bit. I thought it might be able to reach, but we are going to plant the Mortar there. Our opponent does not have the elixir right there. We're just going to go ahead and Fireball that Musketeer, get it out of there so our Mortar can get as many shots as possible. Have the Bats clean up the Valkyrie without it even getting a swing. And now that Mortar is queued up to do some big damage. Double elixir time, we're going to go in with the Miner plus Spear Goblins. Wizard's a bit late, and some of my Spear Goblins are able to lock on. And now that tower is so low on health, we can finish it honestly at any time. We're just going to Fireball that Wizard out, plus kill the Skeleton Barrel. Not trying to worry about that. He plays a terrible Tesla there. My Mortar is able to lock onto the tower. Second hit is going to take down the tower, I believe. No, we need one more hit there. My Mortar is still only level 9, but now it's within Fireball range, so we don't really have to worry. We only have to focus on defending against the giant skeleton, which we do with ease thanks to the number of spam cards in our deck. Skeleton Barrel is our last possible threat. We're able to take that down with the double Goblin combo, and we're just going to play a Mortar on the left side, start pressuring that left tower in case, and with that, the Fireball is going to take the tower, and we're going to win this one 1-0. So in our second matchup here, we're going to have a much tougher deck to play against. For one, our last battle, we were able to Fireball down both the Wizard and the Musketeer, which gave us a huge advantage. Here we're going to be going up against a Golem Balloon deck, which can be very hard to counter with a bunch of cheap cards like we have here, because he can arrow, zap, or log them all down, and poison, which my opponent does have in this deck, is going to be devastating against any defense I try to put up against the Golem. He drops in the Balloon though there instead of doing the smart move and poisoning all of my cards, and we're able to shut down that Balloon before it gets a hit and shut down the Golem before it does too much damage onto our tower. Unfortunately, the Mortar wasn't able to lock on right away, but my opponent doesn't have a great answer here, which we're going to just play Rascals right there, defend the Mortar a bit. He's going to play a Poison. Definitely a smart move because he's able to catch my Tower, Mortar, and the Rascal Girls, but the Rascals are able to take down that Goblin Gang, which is going to help us a lot. I know he doesn't have Fireball now, so we're going in with the Miner and the Bats, which he doesn't have a cheap enough answer for, and that tower is going to lose so much health. Sometimes you just got to take advantage of little plays like that, knowing your opponent doesn't have the Fireball up, which is what he used last time to counter, and just be able to completely destroy a tower based off 5 elixir. We played the Spear Goblins there just to make sure that that Witch didn't get any damage onto the tower. And now my opponent's going to sit at 10 elixir for a second, then drop the Golem, which is our key to immediately pressure with the Mortar. That right tower is within Fireball range, so we need to make sure to start chipping down the left in case our opponent is able to take the right tower. And now we got a full health Mortar locked onto that left tower while a Golem is coming down. But we do have plenty of elixir to defend. With this deck, guys, if your opponent plays a expensive card in the back, go ahead and play Mortar as soon as possible because it forces them to make an answer to it and doesn't allow them to build up their push any bigger than it has to be. So my opponent has a pretty terrible freeze there, freezing nothing. And now we have so many support cards there. We're going to play another Mortar, lock it on really fast. I always thought the Mortar was kind of slow to lock on until I played this deck, and it felt like my opponent couldn't even try to get down counters fast enough to stop the Mortar. Stop the Balloon there, and he's going to play another Poison instead of trying to counter the Mortar, and that's basically going to be good game because even if he takes my right tower, we're going to take that left one in just a few seconds, but it's going to end up being a 1-0, even though we probably would have won 2-1 if it came to that. So for our final battle here, let's go ahead and go up against the toughest deck that we have matched so far. I actually covered this deck in my last video. It was my very last video I just made. It's going to be a P.E.K.K.A kind of cheap bridge spam deck. It's going to be Battle Ram, Bandit, Royal Ghost all included in that. It's going to make it very hard for our Mortar to lock on since there is Bandit, P.E.K.K.A, and Battle Ram that he can play against it. Right there, we're going to start off pretty well, getting a ton of damage onto that right tower, and that's a disheartening sign, guys. My arrows did not kill his minions, which is really going to be an issue if he decides to play P.E.K.K.A plus minions. Those level 13 minions just are way too beefy for my level 9 arrows. That's why it really pays to get all of your cards up above tournament standard. I am a level 12, which means that some of my cards are max, but almost all of the other ones are level 9. We're trying to get them up for war, but it takes a whole lot of gold. My opponent got extremely lucky with that zap there, basically timing it perfectly to take out my Goblin Gang, but we got some bats on that. I'm going to go ahead and play Rascals just to make sure that we're able to clean up that P.E.K.K.A there. We're able to do it with ease. And with the Rascal Girls and Spear Goblins, you know that Electro Wizard is going to fall. So now we're halfway through the battle. We definitely have the advantage right now based off hit points. Rascal Girls aren't able to do much, but that doesn't matter. We have focus on our Mortar play here. There goes the Mortar right in the middle. I'd recommend playing it in the middle instead of at the bridge. Having it in the middle makes it much harder for any ground units your opponent plays to reach the Mortar. So always play it in the middle instead of on the bridge. It's easier to defend in a sense. So now we're going to just keep chipping down. We got the Miner there. He plays a P.E.K.K.A, but it was a bit too far back. The Spear Goblins will lock on before that zap goes down. Now we gotta focus on defending that P.E.K.K.A as well as trying to get a counter push going. Tries to rush me with that Bandit, and I know I have to fireball those minions because the arrows don't work. We shut down the Bandit plus that whole push on the right side, and now it's time to counter push. We got a Miner down on that tower, chipping it really close to a couple fireballs. Get out of there, Fortnite game. We don't want you here. Clash Royale channel. Follow me at Twitter at Clash for Dummies. Quality tweets will come your way. Promise you that. But Mortar's going to lock on. Appears my opponent has actually given up. He knows I got this in the bag. I've been able to shut him down defensively so well. And that's what this deck excels at. It is such a great defensive deck. to be able to shut down almost any deck in this game. We're going to miss out on the 3 crowd thanks to time, but we are still going to be able to win our 3rd battle with this deck. And with that, it's going to wrap up our video for today. Thank you guys a ton for watching. If you'd like to see a specific deck of any sort, whatever archetype you'd like to see, go ahead and comment below. I'll definitely be sure to check those out and go ahead and get a video out for you guys on whatever you want. So again, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss any Clash Royale content. I'll see you guys soon with a brand new video.